Oh, it's on.
I hear you now.
You hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I took you off screen. I know you don't want to be on camera, man. Thank you for giving us a few minutes. Obviously, your thoughts on the performance with Devin Haney and Regis Prograis from Saturday night.
I mean, one of the worst boxing events of the year. But yeah, I mean, that's just my opinion. Uh, I love boxing. I want to give a shout out. The year's almost done with. I'm gonna do it officially before the year's over on my platform. I want to give up to some of the best fighters of the year this year, and I'd like to hear your opinion. Um, I believe this will be the year of boxing. There's some
You breaking up a bit,
some
Keith.
wax.
Can you get near a window or something, or close to your router? You're breaking up.
It might have been the mic was on the cushion. It's
Yeah, you're
massage
good.
time, my man. I just finished my
Yeah,
strength training, so yeah, I think the mic was just on the cushion. But yeah, man, there was just some good fights, some hype fights, some whack fights this year. But I want to give a shout out to who I think the fighter of the year should be. In my opinion, the fighter of the year is Benavidez. Outside of that, and this is just from a spectator perspective, not anything more than just spectator. I think Benavidez put on some good shows this year. The Caleb Plant fight was one of my favorite fights this year. His last fight against Boo Boo, he had an outstanding victory. And besides that, man, just that boy Inoue had an amazing fight. So I'm calling this year the year of the monsters, man. From Japan to USA, man, two monsters out there in boxing, and they put on some good shows for the fans. Those are my two favorite fights of the year from the monsters. So I'm giving it to them. But Benavidez had two great fights. Inoue just had one. So Benavidez is my fighter of the year. That's just how it is, man. When it comes to this weekend, like I said, that was a weak card. That was some weak pickup right there of a title. It happens in boxing sometimes, but Haney's got a lot of competition out there that could be great. I know he's left 135, and this, oh, I'm so much stronger and this and that. Pimp, it's 5 pounds, pimp. Please don't be making a big deal about 5 pounds. Okay, that water rate. Oh, I was able to take more off days. Like, yeah, bro. Okay, you were chilling, okay? That was easy work, okay? Like, calm down. You can't lose 5 pounds. Like, you can lose 5 pounds for water weight. You can lose 5 pounds in one day, man. We're boxers. We've done it. UFC fighters, boxers, wrestlers, they all know you can lose 5 pounds in a day. So 135, 140, it's whatever. You know, can't ever call Devin Haney stronger. He's gonna be stronger. Like, no, speed kills. He had a very good performance with his speed, but it was just boxing at its finest. And I feel sorry for Pro Grace, but you know, there's just a part of me that's got to do it, man. If you can't cut off the ring, okay. If you got flat feet, okay. Canelo's got flat feet, but Canelo can, he can work the ring, okay. Uh, through his experience. So if you got flat feet and you can't cut off the ring and you can't just be in the ring with somebody who can box and has a real boxing IQ, then you're not called a flat-footed fighter no more. That's called rigoroo feet, okay? If you can't catch a man who's boxing and turning and working angles, then you got worse than duck feet. You got rigoroo feet, boy, because that footwork was just nowhere, man. He didn't know what to do. He couldn't move forward. He couldn't move. He just didn't know what to do, man. Everything was unanswered for, and it was just not a good performance, and just not a good showing. There was no action. There was no tug and war. Yeah, it just is what it is. It was an easy fight for Haney. He needs to be in there with higher caliber fighters. I mean, there's a list. There's a big old list of fighters that's got a lot more skills and talent that could put up a greater fight um, when it comes to the effort and just skill wise. I mean, Rolly, for instance, would have been way more deadly and dangerous. Um, you know, I mean, he's a wild one too. He's rough. He's not like fine tuned, polished, perfect boxing. Like, he's a rough and a tough one. But he gave Tank a heck of a fight, and I just think he's a bigger threat. Um, you know, from what he's running away from at 135, the talent in that division. Um, you still got a fighter, big names like a Ryan Garcia, something that might make a good fight at 140. Uh, yeah, but you know, there's he was able to pack the house, but I think that just shows the desperation of the city of seeing a fight, baby. They don't get boxing like that, and boxing is hot. Jake Paul is packing arenas all around America, and that's not real boxing either, man. People are fight fans. People want to come out on a Saturday night and they want to do something with their time and their money and get a little bit of entertainment, and some people really like the fight life. So, I think it was great for the city of Oakland. I think there was a lot of positive things done, but it was nowhere near. I was done watching it after several rounds. I could have done anything. I was just playing with my daughter.
But obviously, a fight with you and him plays out differently. You have the IQ. You won't. You know how to cut the ring off,
Yeah, I
right?
mean, yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. He's in there with a no IQ fighter, nothing, no, just a completely different caliber. I know he invited me to the fight to watch, and I'm very glad I didn't fly out there and waste my dang time. Um, but there's, I mean, he's just not entertaining, man. I don't really think they need to be jumping up weight divisions. Maybe that's just something they want on the history books, something that his daddy's telling him to do. I think there's a lot of work. I think there's a lot of easy money for him to clean up at 140. But yeah, I mean, my hands would get on that boy. I think a lot of different fighters would be able to just put up more of a fight. I love his skills. I love his boxing tactics. Um, as a boxer, like I said, as a spectator, it's boring. I don't like watching none of that. I think it's a waste of time. But because I'm a world class fighter, I can acknowledge the world class talent, the ring IQ, the angles, the speed that he brings into the ring. But when you're watching it, man, I mean, Devin Haney is less entertaining than a Floyd Mayweather fight. And he's got less dog. At least Floyd had tremendous speed and he had the capacity to set it up. And once he knew he could set you up with a feint or two or boom, 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 he'd pop you with that overhand right all night. He'd catch you with the check hook. He'd do a little bit of body work. Um, Floyd just I just think Floyd had more dog, more action. He would land good shots, and Haney's just not a risk taker, man. It's almost like a combination of a little bit of Floyd when it comes to speed and movement, but then after that, it's like Bivol. If you remember what Bivol did to Canelo, he was very cookie cutter. He wasn't taking chances. He's like, I'm just gonna win. I'm gonna get these rounds. You're not winning, and it's over. Uh, yeah, another thing too, the buildup of that fight, it was basically the trainers talking trash. I always think that's weak when fighters don't build up their own fights. I always think that's a little weak. But that's all I really got to say about that, man. Um, yeah, very
Keith,
very
it
uninteresting
sounds
event.
like you don't want to entertain it because I mean you're giving mixed
It's
signals.
weak,
Like you
bro.
would
It's
put
weak.
on. It says
It's
you say
weak.
you would put hands on them, but then you also
It's
sound like you
weak.
won't entertain the offer. So would you
It's
entertain
weak.
an offer?
I mean, look, after the fight, he said they got to look at their options, do this and that. Man, he got too many options, man. Ain't nobody interested in that kid. That's the problem. I'm not interested. It's
Hmm.
whack. The way he boxes is weak. The way they promote is weak. Got to deal with another daddy's boy. Can't deal with no grown ass men. I mean, it don't feel. Obviously, I'm not excited off rip. You know what I'm saying? If something else would have happened, if it would have looked a little different, maybe if he even fought with more dog in him, maybe it would have. got a little bit more respect out of me. But I mean, that was easy work, and so it's just you could have done more. If it's that easy, you should have beat his ass. His man, you don't even hit hard, and they was thinking about stopping the fight. Okay, the trainers didn't even like that shutout, man. So it's it's interesting. Like I said, man, I don't know who really wants to fight somebody like him. Um, I think there are good fights out there. I think there are good names out there uh, for him. I like the Division 147. I think there's a few uh, fights that can be made next year that'll be big. There'll probably be I don't know if I'll get a chance to ever see Crawford or anything like of that level, but Ennis is finally elevated to some level of status, um, and it's weird, man. I've been doing this my whole life, so I'm not really satisfied where boxing's at when it comes to the division of breaking out super champion titles and regular champion titles, man. Like I think it's a little whack, but we just need to get some action. I think 2024 will bring some decent action into the welterweight division. A lot of these young names want to make a name for themselves through fighting Keith Thurman, and so Devin Haney is no different, man. They want names on the resume, they want respectable checks, and they probably want to do something bigger and better than what they just did. And Thurman can do that. We can easily do that. Um, it won't be one sided like that. So, but you keep moving up in weight classes and fighting the best, man. Just like Canelo, you're gonna get got. So they gotta be careful, and that's why they know. We gotta go look at the drawing board and XYZ. Let them take their time. Let them enjoy um, their victory, and let's just see how eager they are to get back into the ring, and then who. I mean, I heard they got their eyes set on a few people at 147, and I think if he wants his son to keep having easy money fights like that, I think they're out there for him. I think he can keep fighting a lot of flat-footed fighters that they especially people that are bigger than him, that they're gonna say, well, Haney's never fought somebody this big. He never fought somebody this tall or whatever. He is a small guy. He doesn't bring a lot of power, but he brings a lot of tactics, skills, evasiveness. Simple boxing, boring boxing, but pure boxing.
Keith, once
Pure
upon a
boxing. It's pure.
time, you were called the Keith Thurman test in your gym. Don't you think maybe the Haneys just want the challenge of the Keith Thurman test? Like, no one else really has the legs of Keith Thurman in boxing, right? You don't like them from a standpoint of them just trying to challenge themselves versus another pure boxer puncher in yourself?
No, I mean, anybody who really wants it, they can get it. You really want it, you can get it. That's not a problem. You know, but it's easy. It's easy to say that you want it. It's different to mean that you want it. It's easy to say that you want it. You know, a lot of people say that they want it. I mean, look at Prograis before the fight. Oh, I didn't know he was that good of a boxer. Watch tape. Watch the fucking tape, kid. Okay, you didn't know Devin Haney was that good of a boxer. You obviously didn't know because you didn't get ready to cut off the ring. You didn't get your feet ready to do nothing. Them rigoroo feet, boy. I mean, I don't know what you're gonna do when you got rigoroo feet. You can need to get new trainers. Um, at the end of the day, I mean, that just wasn't competition. Yeah, man, I made great competition for the whole world. Thurman versus everybody. You can never act like, oh, he Thurman? Oh, that guy? Oh, he gets beat easy. Oh, he gets beat, oh, so easy. Spence didn't want it. Even after it was mandatory, they want big fights, they want checks. Man, he got his butt whooped then anyways. So I mean, people know, man. I know as a fighter that deep down, y'all know, man. Y'all know when you're talking that ish, whether you're gonna bring something to the table or not. Okay, when Charlo fought Canelo this year, we all know that was supposed to be Big Brother's spot. We all know little brother wasn't supposed to be taking Big Bro's spot like that. Come on, man. Come on. You know, we know which Charlo was supposed to be in the ring with Canelo. They got the wrong one, man. Look what kind of fight y'all got, man. It wasn't even a fight. It was like a sparring session where I just don't get knocked out. You know, is weak, man. There's some names and some boxing and what they're doing sometimes these days, I just think is weak, man. I was talking to my buddy, man. I said, we ain't ever gonna see it again. But after that week, that whole week card of Haney's, that whole week card, I'll tell you, man, it made me reminisce that once upon a time, you talk about once upon a time stories. Once upon a time, there used to be a thing called a triple header. Do you remember that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, triple header. All right. You ain't nowadays you can't even get a double header. Okay. There used to be triple headers. There used to be double headers, man. And those was the good old days. Is there's a reason why I used to tell people, and to this day I be trying to tell people I don't watch boxing. You know, I'd rather watch it after it already happened when everybody tells me if it was worth their time. Oh, this was great, man. You missed it. Oh, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to take the chance. It's a gamble saying that every fight's going to be a good. Come on, man. I'm a real one because I'm not a spectator. So y'all might sit back and you watch all boxing. I live boxing. What do I got to watch it for? This is what I do. And I'll tell you, this is just the kind of person I am. I'm just not a spectator person, okay? Because I had an opportunity to watch Tiger Woods play golf. And I went to the event. And Tiger went out early in the morning. I didn't know how golf works, so I didn't get to see Tiger. But still, it's a lineup of pros, professionals out here in Florida doing their thing. I'm out there walking around. I spent an hour. You know what happened? I left. Do you know where I went to? The golf course. Why? So I can play golf. What am I doing? Got business sitting on the sideline watching other people play a sport that I can be participating in. Okay? So that just tells you about Keith Thurman's character, man. I'm not a spectator. Put me in the game, coach. Put me in the game. You know what I'm saying? Soccer, football, baseball, basketball. Like, I don't want to watch it, man. I'd rather do it. If I'm good at it, if I'm not good at it, I still rather be participating in the action instead of being on the sidelines. So when Keith Thurman is on the sidelines, you best to believe I'm a critic. You best believe that I'm just looking for all the entertainment. I need the fix just like the next man. I need my fix. And yeah, Haney-Prograis, they didn't give me my fix.
You brought up Boots Ennis saying that now he's been brought up to status and obviously he's a full champion. But I want to ask you to compare the business. Uh, Ennis is only headlined once. Haney's been
Yeah, he's
headlining,
still weak. Yeah, he's still weak. He's still weak. As far as overall status, yeah, Haney's done a little bit more.
and Haney, his last fight, he made 6 million, and Regis made 3 million. I mean, Thurman's a prize fighter. Isn't the bigger fight with Haney at this point? His last two fights are on pay-per-view.
It would be. That's not a lie. It would be. Yes, sir.
I mean,
I'm
so
just saying, as far as
if
potential, I'm just saying about potential contractual fights that would be brought to the table next year. I'm saying they've been acting like, but I've never really seen uh, certain things on the table. But I wouldn't be surprised if they want to appear. I'm just being Miss Cleo. I'm predicting my own future, you know, with names that'll be thrown at me from 147, come up fighters like Haney, but they want something bigger and better. That's why they said the Thurman name, you know. His daddy, I listened to his daddy's report in the article. Oh, we respect Thurman. Thurman's a legend. This and that. We gotta get in the ring with legends, and you know, okay, but your son can actually get hurt by a legend. I got dropped by a legend. So you gotta be careful, man. He's still small. He's not dangerous. Whatchamacallit was walking through his punches.
Reed?
Lomachenko.
Okay, Loma.
Lomachenko. Regis couldn't take 2 steps forward, to save his life. You know, he was trying to box from the outside. He didn't. That was a mistake. Um, you know, some of my fight fans from Clearwater, they were saying that Regis got to take it to him like Sean Porter. Sean Porter was in the building, and Regis just he didn't have that kind of legs. He didn't have that kind of footwork. He didn't have that kind of pressure to be up in his chest. You know. But yeah, Loma was walking into check hooks. I know a lot of people say Haney didn't win that fight. Um, I stopped watching the fight because I thought Haney had it in the bag by the time I stopped watching the fight because I still believe that Lomachenko gives up too many rounds in the beginning of fights. I think that's how he's lost a few of his losses. It's not that Lomachenko's not talented. It's not that Lomachenko can't beat up the people that he's losing to. Matter of fact, by the end of the fight, we see Loma winning the fight, right? But Loma gives up too many rounds early on. So that's just something I've noticed about Loma. I think he did the same thing against Devin Haney, and I think that's why Devin Haney won the fight. He was throwing some good body shots. He would land little overhand rights and a lot of check hooks. Um, up until I stopped watching the fight, where eventually the fight was turning around. But I just think it's too late. So I still agree that if Loma didn't knock Haney down, then he wasn't gonna win on the scorecards. And so the judges must have saw what I saw, and Haney got that W. But that was a close one. Apparently, it was a close one and slightly controversial. But the boy's still undefeated, and obviously he's got his fan base, which is amazing. He's making bread, like you said, and they want to do big things with big names, and they want to just keep putting on events. But obviously, they don't want to put on events like last night. That'd be a bad reputation if that's it. Like I said, it would be worse than Floyd. Floyd had a certain reputation, but still, Floyd fought certain mandatories that were easy at the time. Didn't take other mandatories, bypassed certain fighters, this and that. Still fought Shane Mosley, still fought Canelo, you know, um, and fought Oscar. He still got big names. So Haney needs a big name. They really, really want it. They really want to move up to 147. They really want to do big things in boxing and put on beautiful shows. Thurman's always around, man. I'm right here. I don't go nowhere. I'm looking forward to this is another year of boxing with me out of the ring. I'm in the gym, but out of the ring. Very disappointing. We know what I would have done to Ugas. We saw what Barrios did, so we know what I would have done. So we see why. It's been a while since I've been avoided like this and not getting the contracts that I thought I was going to get. But the stars are shifting. Every year is a different year. Every day is a new day. Uh, I'm still, sticking with a positive attitude, mindset. Still believe in my blessings. Count my blessings every single.
He must have got a call. Trying to just get that one last one in where I asked, does he feel he has a bigger pay per view fight out there, or a bigger fight in general out there, like realistic fight? Because I really don't think so. It's like, it's Boots or Devin, right? Like, what else is out there for him? He fought Barrios already. He dropped off. All right. Well, we'll see if he jumps back in. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, we got you, Keith.
You got it back.
Yeah. So I was just gonna ask,
Okay.
do you think there is a bigger, realistic fight for you other than Devin Haney out there? And my bigger, I mean, a potential pay-per-view type fight, something, big.
I mean, without without uh, without Crawford, no. Uh, yeah, without Crawford or Spence's name out there,
And you
I would
think
have
those are
to. I'd have to say
realistic?
because No, no, no. I said without them in the picture, there's nothing really out there. I see where you're coming from. I've beaten a lot of people. A lot of other people are still just names coming up. So yeah, Haney could be big. That's why I said, they had a good showing, but you put me in the mix, it'd be next level. You know, but this kid, they just want to do big fights, but you got to be careful because it could be a big fight and it could be a big whooping too at the same time. You just keep moving up weight classes like it's nothing, but weight classes are there for a reason. It's something. Like I said, Canelo found out the same thing. You can't just be keep barking up the trees like that. But obviously, he's very talented. He boxes. Uh, he does he boxes to win. He doesn't box to show. He doesn't box to showboat. He does all he cares about is the definition of boxing: hit and don't get hit. Right. So if they think he can do that to Keith Thurman, sign him up. Like you said, there ain't no greater test than the Keith Thurman test, man. I put so many welterweights through it. I'll go ahead and put these lightweights through it. The only thing I can give them props for, if they really mean it, if they're really about this fight, you know, it means a lot for a lightweight to be moving up to welterweight and to be fighting a puncher like myself. So that is a really big challenge, a really big step up. Of course, we've had a little bit of rumors of that were nothing but rumors about me and Tank. You know, Tank's another lightweight. Reminds me of Pacquiao, but just punches like a tank. He's got that speed, got that power. He got some slickness. You know, um, but that's the thing, man. When that's what I'm saying. I don't know how eager they are to just keep moving up and make these kind of fights happen.
Well,
But
his
I think
father was on
Tank
this
Davis,
morning. His father was on
Tank
this
Davis.
morning still talking about Keith Thurman. When would you be available in the first quarter? Because if you don't know, they're free agents. That was a one-off deal with Matchroom. They do have a match right offer. So obviously, if they offer you something and, you guys want to do it on PBC, it's clear that Matchroom can match that offer.
Yeah, I don't know. We're getting into some of the technicals right now on all that kind of stuff, and that's not uh, that's not really for me to worry about right now. Um, his boy ain't gonna be ready to fight in 6 months. I'm trying to fight within this first quarter. I think they're gonna put something together. I just want to get back into the ring myself. But let's see, man. If I've waited a long time. If there's a big money fight for me to wait for this summer, I might have to take it if the money is worth my while. But besides that, man, I mean, I just want to get back in the ring in 2024. I've been waiting on a decent fight all year. So we'll see, man. I'm not in a position to really turn down fights. Like I said, I want to get in the ring. I want to get working. Devin Haney's not going to beat Keith Thurman up. He's not gonna make me regret anything. So at the end of the day, man, they're the ones taking all the risk. Um, but it's a risk reward. They want big fights. They want to keep making big paper. They want to do pay-per-view sales, and they want to have Devin Haney's name attached to a star. Of course, they want to beat me up. Of course, they want to have the get the W. But like I think that's the ultimate challenge. It's one thing to make a fight, another thing to win a fight. So
Uh,
let's just see what happens. Let's see what they say if Sir Big Hank there wants to go ahead and keep talking about it. They get it. They put a real deal on the table. I'm 24.
you breaking up again, Keith.
It might cut thing here.
Last thing we heard was if they
24,
want to put a
man.
real offer on the table.
A real offer on the table. Be my guest. I'm looking for fights. I would love to make up for past times and get busy. Fight, possibly 3 times or once every 5 months. Once we get back in action in 2024. So maybe we make Haney a part of that. Maybe we don't. Maybe I have to move up to 54 to get a big name fight. After seeing uh, what Charlo did to Canelo, you know what I'm saying?
Breaking up again, champ. Breaking up, champ. Breaking up.
Then we wrap it up, man. I'm clear. I don't know.
Mm. Looks like we lost him. But man, I just wanted to double down and because I heard him say he wants to get a fight early 2024. Keith, you there? You there? Last one, champ, because I know you're busy and your service is not the best. Do you hear me? Champ, am I coming through? It's not working. Fucking hell. Yeah, we just needed to get that clear, right? He sounds like he's getting a tune-up, and then he's going to wait for a big fight. So did Al promise him something in the summer that's going to make him not take this other pay-per-view fight? But obviously, service, things of that nature.